Hello everyone, this is Yatisha Rajanala, and I'm going to present my Teach One topic, Analyze Data, using the Healthcare Cost and Utilization Project datasets. So, first, what is HCUP? HCUP is a website consisting of the largest collection of longitudinal hospital care data in the USA. It includes data sets consisting of patient details, diagnosis, procedures, and discharges from inpatient and emergency departments. It is used to analyze population-based healthcare statistics. Now, using this data set from this website, we want to analyze the data that we have been working on for the past few weeks. Before that, let us look at the different steps to analyze data, which involve careful planning and execution. Firstly, the questions and clear measurement priorities are to be set, followed by data collection, cleaning, and analysis. Finally, the obtained results are interpreted and the documentation is done. For this Teach One video, our main aim is to download the CCS category and description table from the Appendix A to integrate that into our original data set using joins so that we have a complete database that consists of patient ID, patient diagnosis, age at diagnosis, age at first diabetes diagnosis, age at death, and the description of the diagnosis. Additionally, we are also assigned to remove the patients having at least one admission with hyperlipidemia, which has the ICD codes of I-272.2 and I-272.4. So now let us start our assignment. How can we access the data set from the HCUP website? So for that, this is our assignment, and this is the part that we are working on today. So the website that they have given us is this, and it redirects us to a text file consisting of the Appendix A CCS diagnosis table. However, as this is in the text format, we cannot integrate it into our CSV file, and we need to convert this into the CSV file. For that, we have an easier solution, and we have to search for it at the user support website for the HCUP. And making some changes to this. So this leads us to the user support website. And here we can see that there are a few text files, PDF files, CSV files, and zip files. However, today we need to be working on this archival single level CCS for diagnosis. And this is the table that we are looking for. So we'll download this. And we'll open it. I'm sorry. Yeah. So now looking at this is in the CSV format. However, we have a few rows that need to be excluded, and we can see a few single quotes that are not necessary in the data set. So there are some changes that need to be done to this. That is the cleaning part. And so we'll open this in the notepad. And we'll make the changes that we need to see. So we'll be removing the first row, which consists of some notes. The second row are the column names, so we'll keep that. And the third row has invalid measures. We're removing that as well. And okay, so the changes are done. And now coming to the single quotes, we need to find all of them and replace them with blanks. So this is the single quote, and we're replacing it with nothing so that they just get removed. So replace all. And the changes have been done. So we'll close this and we'll just simply save this, and this gets saved in the CSV. We'll check once again. So yes, we see the column names and we see their contents. We don't see any single quotes or any unnecessary rows. So it's good to go. Now we'll open this in our SQL. For that, we need to import the data. So let's just check if we are connected, and we are. And okay, so tasks, import flat file. Next, browse, and it's in the downloads. It's the file. So these are the columns 1, 2, 3, 4, and these are the contents. So it looks good. And next, so let's go back once again. So this is the ICD code. This is the category, and this is the description. Fourth column is not necessary right now, but however, we'll just keep it that way. So the first column is ICD code. Second is category. Third is description. And we're going to change all of them to varchar max. As they consist of big strings of numeric values and just letters. So next and finish. We're allowing nulls as well in the data. The data set has been imported successfully. So we'll close it and we'll refresh it. Okay, so this is the one we have imported right now. And now we'll rename it to, let's say, HCUP. Okay, so the next part is the task. So what's the task again? Yeah. So we have downloaded the file and we have created a table and we have imported that. We have cleaned it and we need to add that to our original data set. And also we need to remove the patients, exclude all the patients who have at least one admission where the diagnosis is hyperlipidemia. Okay. So now let's go back to SQL Studio. So let's view the data first. Let's see how the columns are, how the table has been formatted to. So we'll execute this and we're just selecting the top 10 to view the data. So we can see that there is an ICD code column, a category column, a description column, and a column 4. However, when we look at the ICD code, this does not look right because ICD codes generally start with an I and they have a specific pattern where the first 3 digits are before the decimal point and the rest of them are followed after it. So accordingly, we'll be formatting the ICD code, and that is the second part of our assignment. So we are adding this the I and a substring with 3 numeric values from the ICD code. We're putting a decimal point and we're further adding the substring of the rest of the numeric values, that is as ICD. And the category description column 4 will continue as such. And all of this would be saved into table final from this thing, that is HAP 671 HCUP database. So we'll run this code. And the query has been executed successfully. So now we'll see the top 10 again. So earlier this was in a different format, and now we can see that the ICD codes have been formatted into the proper way. Next, we are going to integrate this final table into the final database that we have been working on from the past few weeks. And For that, we'll be using joins. So we are going to select all from part A, that is the DBO final, and we are going to attach the description column from part B, and this would be seen in table hyperlipidemia patient. On what basis are we joining DBO final A and final B is that the column ICD-9 in table A is the same as ICD in table B. Also, in this code, we are including the part where we exclude the patients who have hyperlipidemia diagnosis. So here we are going to write where A ICD-9 is not in these particular ICD codes, because this correlates to hyperlipidemia patients. So we are going to say that these codes are not going to be found in the new table, which is hyperlipidemia patient. So we are going to run this code. It's going to take some time because it's a big data set. And the query has been completed. So we'll now select everything from this new table where we have integrated both HCUP and the final database. So we'll run this and we'll see how the table looks like. So as per our requirement, we can see the patient ID, we can see the ICD-9 codes, we can see the age at diagnosis, age at first diabetes, age at death, and the description of the diagnosis, that is the ICD-9. So here we can go through everything. We can go through the entire data set and we cannot find anything related to hyperlipidemia in the data set because we have removed it from the merged file. So this is the end of part 1 of analyzed data, and this is the end of our Teach 1 topic. However, we'll be going through a recap of what we had done till now. So this is the data set which was provided in the text format. We have searched and we have taken the CSV format from the user support website of HCUP. And after viewing that web data set, we have made some changes. We have removed the single quotes and we have removed unnecessary rows from the data set. And then we have imported it into the SQL Server Management Studio. While importing it, we have made changes to the column names, the data types, and we have allowed nulls so that it would be convenient for us to merge that into the final database. The importing was done and we have renamed it. Now using this code, we have viewed the data. We have made changes to the ICD code so that it actually represents a full-fledged ICD code rather than just a numerical value. And we have integrated that into the final database, the clean database that we have been using for the past few weeks. And we have also removed hyperlipidemia diagnosed patients who have at least one diagnosis of hyperlipidemia, which codes to ICD codes that are I272.2 and I272.4. And we have merged them into a temporary table that is called hyperlipidemia patient. And we are viewing the data set. And that's the end of the assignment. And these are the references. I hope you have learned something from the Teach 1 video. Thank you so much.